my name is Julia. I am CEO of the Hitberry Games. Glad to be a part of Hyper Games conference. Today, I would like to share with you how I set up process in game development studio. I suppose you hear a lot at the conference about games and how to make them. But I think it is important to talk about the process as well. Moreover, I have devoted a long period of my career to studying them. So, why are processes important? They are important because they describe how things are done and then provide the focus for making them better. And the way they are done determines how successful the outcomes will be. If you focus on the right process in the right way, you can design your way to success. Before creating Hitberry Games, I worked in big SaaS products where headcount was 500. For the last 4 years, I have been working only remotely. And while creating Hitberry Games, I followed the same principles. It doesn't matter to me from where in the world the specialist works. The results of the work are more important. Personally, I live in Ukraine, Kiev, but our employees work from 3 countries of the world. Our team size is 10, including game developers, artists, project manager. I have devoted 13 years of my career to studying how people can influence business and business can influence people. I have worked as a recruiter, HR, and CEO in IT companies. Companies were growing and developing with me. I was a part of every department, somehow influencing the result. Time to time, people ask me why I created the hyper casual development studio. I always joke that this is because I can see quick results. But the truth is in the atmosphere. 10 years ago, I worked for a game company that was creating flash games. And if ever you find a game on the internet, Bubble Pirates Quest 2012, know that I also had a hand in its development, but as HR manager. Then I fell in love with the game atmosphere. Our team is young, but I believe that the result and pace are already decent. The business model of the company is cooperating on PPP model. For 7 months of the existence of Hitberry Games, we have been collaborating in different ways with 6 publishers overall. Currently, we are still working with 3. 22 prototypes have been made for this period of time. And I'm proud that we went out on our production capacity is 6 prototypes per month, and of course it depends on the numbers of levels and speed of publishers' feedback we get. Our core values are call it like it is. I develop a culture of feedback. If the developer doesn't like the UI part of the game, he should say that. I don't like the approach where there is only my part of work and I'm not interested in the other. The format of our work is remote, and if there is no timely feedback, the result of the work may go in the wrong direction. Transparent communication. We use Discord and we have many different chats sorted by topics and project. More than 80% of chats are open to all employees. It is important for us to hear the constructive opinion of everyone. Fail fast. You are in favor in fast iteration. You need to test many hypotheses in order to find successful solutions. I am very grateful to many publishers for their articles on best practice, other companies' rakes, and success stories. This often helps to avoid stepping on your own rake. For me, mistakes are like teacher. Sometimes expensive, but high quality. I always say, if it doesn't work, great, we have tested the theory. If it works, Awesome, let's dig deeper. Talking about diversity and inclusion, for me, it's first of all about respect for the individual and personal space. Even in game, we try to stick to these points. It is not customary in our company to think only about our part of the work. This is about the level of empathy and teamwork. For example, if the colors are well displayed on the artist side, doesn't mean that it will look the same on the Unity developer side. Therefore, all our artists own Unity at a sufficient level to check all this on their side before transferring it to the developer. We use Discord for internal communication. And of course, it is important for us to synchronize on completed tasks. We have daily calls with each of the teams where we discuss tasks for today, questions, and possible bottlenecks. All employees write small updates about their daily tasks. Every 6 months, I conduct a detailed performance review for each employee, where I give honest feedback and set goals for the next period. You know, performance review are so important because they help each side of the table gather thoughts and become more familiar with the areas that need improvement and those that are working well. If done right, reviews can be one of the best tools for developing and an employee's career with a company. Processes are good, but they don't work if they don't work. And even though at the moment and the break-even point has not been reached, but I believe that we are moving in the right direction. In this diagram, I show what our movements were and the path of the first contracts. From the moments when a few talented guys decided to invest in the business, I remember that for a long time we considered the economic model. We looked at competitors and dreamed of being on the level. I took a couple of weeks to hire a team of 10 people. Recruiting experience helped there, of course. We spoke with publishers. I really like the approach where everyone works in tandem. It is great to have multiple opinion and experience from hundreds of games. Financial modeling acts are an important tool which enables business ideas and risks to be estimated in a cost-effective way. Here, I reveal a secret, and only you show in secret how we maintain our financial data. Left, this is how we count the financial model. We make breakdowns by cost type and month. We count the cost of salaries, taxes, and even different commissions. An economic model is a simplified version of reality that allows us to observe, understand, and make predictions about economic behavior. In this model, we play with numbers, deadlines, and the required numbers of contracts. To implement all businesses indicators, of course, talented specialists are needed. To hire specialists, I did a set of action. Here you can see how effective they have shown. I posted vacancies on job sites and LinkedIn. I have signed contracts with the top 5 schools that produce Unity developers and artists, and even asked friends, of course. Job sites at this stage turned out to be the most effective. The second place have taken the recommendations of colleagues and acquaintances. On this slide, about our test prototypes, I was surprised that we came up with these 6 ideas in one evening. That is why games and the process of making them are my passion. We made about 5 prototypes for ourselves to make it work and synchronize. Then we tested them with publishers, but the gameplay and mechanics were completely ours. The best results for this game showed a CPI of 70 cents and CTR of 8%. Today we have worked out a clear scheme of actions and the process is working. The average timeline now looks like this: 1 day to develop the GDD, 2 weeks to develop a prototype. Part of our daily task is to play game. Part of our monthly workflow, all employees generate ideas. Of course, we made mistakes in 7 months. I remember one, we misunderstood what the client wanted and lost 4 days in development. Another time, I remember they came up with a cool idea, couldn't not correctly arrange it, the client didn't not like it. But after that, then they described it normally and everything worked out. And now, after each step, I try to stop and adjust the direction if necessary. Collaboration is important for us, and my task is first of all to set it up correctly. Here you can see screenshots from our Discord. We have a chat for every case. There are for important conversation and for jokes. There is for ideas and different documents. Everything is stacked on the shelves. If I see that a process or procedure can be optimized, I simply do it. Here I show one of the optimization examples, so that the guys know exactly what kind of work results I expect from them. The project folders is saved in a specific structure. It is convenient to quickly find the information you need. Trust in business partnership. It is important to be on the one side with the publisher. For 7 months, we have already understood for ourselves exactly which publishers we want to work with. Collaboration and tandem are important for us. And of course, timely feedback and courtesy. For our part, we always try to be client-oriented and do our best. Summarizing my speech, I wanted to conclude that Hitberry is about teamwork. There is no magic, you just need to move in small steps and correct them in the progress of development. Learn from the mistakes of the past and avoid the new one. Hit is like holy grail. It is imperative to look for it, but I believe in strategy. Developing a great strategy is a vital part of your business, but it certainly isn't the only part of the process that determines your success. As an HR manager with 13 years of experience, I want to emphasize that you should definitely like what you do. Otherwise, all this doesn't make sense, and every mistake will be fatal. Love your job and your team. I wish everyone to release at least one hit this year. I will gladly share my experience if everyone has any questions. Thank you for your attention and for watching. Bye!